Jordan had always believed his life was finally coming together. After years of relentless work, sleepless nights, and sacrifices most people never saw, he'd built himself into a young millionaire by the age of 30. His business was stable, his home was warm, and for the first time in years, his heart felt full. The biggest source of that happiness was Mia, his fiancée. She was charming, elegant, supportive, and everything he thought he needed. His mother, however, wasn't fully convinced. She had never said anything directly, but Jordan sensed hesitation whenever Mia was around. His mother, a gentle woman who had lost her ability to walk after a tragic accident years ago, depended on a wheelchair and the assistance of others. Jordan paid for the best care, and Mia often offered to help as well, something that always made Jordan admire her even more. The idea that she cared for his mother made him believe he'd chosen the perfect partner. He didn't know that the reality inside his home was far from what he imagined. One rainy afternoon, Jordan decided to come home early from a business meeting. He wanted to surprise his mother with her favorite dessert and spend some time with her before dinner. The house was unusually quiet when he walked in, except for a faint sound coming from upstairs. At first, he thought maybe the TV was on or his mother was speaking to the nurse. But the closer he got, the more the sounds sharpened into something that made his pulse slow. It was his mother's voice. Soft, strained, and trembling. "Please, stop." Jordan froze halfway up the staircase. Every muscle in his body tightened as confusion washed over him. He leaned forward, listening carefully, hoping, praying, that he had misunderstood. But then another voice followed. It was Mia's, cold, sharp, nothing like the sweet tone she always used when he was around. "You better remember your place," Mia hissed. "If you ruin things for me, I swear you'll regret it." Jordan felt the world tilt slightly beneath him. His hand gripped the railing so tightly his knuckles whitened. He had never heard Mia speak like that, certainly not to his mother. His heartbeat pounded in his ears, an uncomfortable mix of disbelief and rising anger. He took a deep breath and walked toward the door. His mother's frightened voice seeped through the cracks again. "Please, don't take my phone, I didn't do anything." Jordan didn't wait another second. He pushed the door open. The sight before him made his chest lock and his breath stop. His paralyzed mother was sitting in her wheelchair, eyes red with tears. Mia stood over her, phone in hand, her face twisted in a look Jordan had never seen, cruel, almost unrecognizable. For a moment, everything was silent. Mia's eyes widened, and she quickly dropped the expression on her face, replacing it with panic. "Jordan, this isn't what it looks like," she stammered, stepping back. But Jordan didn't look at her. He went straight to his mother. "Mom, what's going on?" he said, kneeling beside her. His mother's lips trembled. She hesitated, eyes flicking nervously to Mia. That hesitation alone was enough for Jordan to understand something had been wrong for a long time, something he had been blind to. He gently held her hand. "Mom, tell me the truth," he whispered. "I'm here now." Mia rushed forward, trying to control the narrative. "I was just helping her, Jordan." She dropped her phone and didn't want to admit it. "You know how emotional she can be." Jordan raised his hand, stopping her instantly. He had never done that before. He could see the shock on her face. "Let her speak." His mother inhaled shakily. She takes things from me when you're not home," she whispered. "My phone, my blanket, sometimes even my meals." Tears cooled in her eyes. "She threatens me if I say anything. I didn't want to ruin your happiness, son." Jordan felt a surge of heat rush through him. His jaw clenched so tightly he thought it might crack. He stood slowly and turned to face Mia, who now looked like a cornered animal. "Is this true?" he asked, his voice low. "No," she snapped. Then, realizing her tone, she quickly softened it. "Jordan, your mother is confused. She forgets things sometimes. You know how stress affects her." But Jordan wasn't blind anymore. He remembered every time his mother had tried to gently warn him. Every half-finished sentence. Every forced smile whenever Mia walked in. Every uncomfortable pause. He had brushed it all aside because he was in love. Because he wanted to believe Mia was the person he thought she was. "You hurt my mother," he said quietly. "You threatened her." Mia's face twisted again, this time in frustration. "Do you really believe her over me? Someone who can't even take care of herself?" That sentence was the final blow. Even his mother gasped. Jordan stared at Mia, stunned by the level of heartlessness she had just revealed. The woman he planned to marry, the woman he trusted with his home and his mother, had just shown him exactly who she really was. "Get out," he said. Mia blinked, shocked. What? I said get out of my house. She shook her head, stepping toward him. Jordan, don't do this. Think about everything we've built together. Jordan took a step back, blocking her from approaching his mother. I built everything, not you, and I'm not letting someone who abuses my mother stay in my home for another second. Mia's expression snapped into anger. You'll regret this. No one will love you like I do. Jordan didn't even respond. He simply pointed to the door. After a moment of hesitation, she stormed out of the room, her footsteps echoing down the stairs. The front door slammed behind her a moment later. As soon as she was gone, Jordan exhaled, the weight of the moment pressing onto his shoulders. He turned back to his mother, his eyes softening. I'm so sorry, Mom, he whispered, kneeling again. I should have seen it. I should have listened to you. His mother shook her head weakly. I didn't want to burden you. You finally looked happy. Jordan gently lifted her hands. Nothing in my life matters more than you. Nothing. She broke down then, sobbing quietly as he held her. All the pain she had hidden for months finally spilled out, every cruel word Mia had thrown at her, every moment of fear, every silent meal she'd endured. Jordan felt each confession like a dagger to his heart. He realized how deeply he had failed to protect the woman who had given him everything. But he made himself a promise that day, he would never let anyone hurt her again. He hired a new caregiver immediately, someone professionally trained, kind, and recommended by close friends. He installed cameras in the house to ensure transparency and safety. He spent more time with his mother, listening to her, comforting her, and reminding her she was not alone. Mia tried to contact him for weeks. Messages, calls, emails, he ignored them all. She even showed up at his office once, demanding to speak with him, but security escorted her away. The more she pushed, the more he realized how dangerous she truly was. But in losing her, Jordan gained something far more important, clarity. He understood now that love is not about appearances, elegance, or charm. It is about kindness, respect, humanity. He learned that not everyone who walks into your life comes with good intentions. And sometimes, the people you trust the most hide the darkest parts of themselves behind smiles and empty promises. Most importantly, he realized that his mother had been suffering in silence because she didn't want to disturb his happiness. That thought alone made him determined to pay her back with the love and protection she deserved. Months later, Jordan found peace again. His home felt warm, safe, and alive. His mother laughed more. Their bond grew stronger. And as for love, it would come again someday, but only when it felt real, genuine, and worthy of the life he was building. What happened that rainy afternoon changed Jordan forever. It opened his eyes. It saved his mother. And it taught him a truth he would carry for the rest of his life. Money can build a house, but trust and compassion are what make it a home.